Hi, I'm Liz Robson, and I'm going to be talking about a training evaluation of positive psychology coaching training that I've been doing with different members of the youth workforce. And 1 in 6 children and young people have diagnosable mental health problem, and many of those young people can't access mental health support because of high thresholds and just a lack of capacity. So my belief is that through positive psychology and coaching psychology, we can offer a different approach and another intervention that prevents the onset of mental health problems developing for young people. In 2016, I published my study that was conducted with Christian van Nieuwburg, who was my supervisor as part of my coaching psychology masters, around what does coaching have to offer young people at risk of developing mental health problems, which was a grounded theory study, and utilised youth voice and young people that were from disadvantaged backgrounds who had gone through a positive psychology coaching intervention to see what it offered to them and how it could potentially help protect their mental health and promote well-being and resilience. And this work was then cited in a scoping review of mental health coaching and was stated to be using coaching to empower young people to develop skills needed to maintain their well-being could be one of the most powerful applications of coaching psychology. And I'm going to go and talk about the study and the model that I've created, and then how I've now developed that into a training program, and how I am training the workforce that works with young people to use positive psychology and integrate that into their work. This is the model that was published in my study. There's several elements and components that are beneficial to young people that help promote and protect their well-being. One of them being the relationship, the coaching relationship, which offers a healthy, helpful way to have a relationship where they learn communication and interpersonal skills. And then through the process and practice of different positive psychology tools and techniques, and coaching skills, that young people are developing self and emotional awareness and thinking skills, interrelated and interconnected resources and strategies and skills. And I've recently done an evaluation of the coaches that I've trained and how the reflections of their impact on the work with young people and the outcomes align with the model that I've created. And this provides a really helpful framework for teaching positive psychology coaching to practitioners, so they understand all the different processes and ways of working that make it work. And how it helps young people is through gaining a range of strategies that they can use to deal with or cope with their situations, greater choice and control over how they think, feel and want to behave, and more confidence, and they feel better, happier and less stressed. All of those things help develop autonomy, competence and relatedness, and align with self-determination theory and move a young person more towards flourishing. This is my definition of how coaching helps young people. So through the experience of coaching, so it's something about the experience of a coaching intervention that really helps them. Through the experience of coaching, young people develop accountability, awareness, and increased choice and control over their thoughts, feelings, and behaviour. This results in the ability to manage situations, improve confidence, and feelings of well-being. Over the years, I developed that model into my own accredited coach training program, which is blended learning. You can do it online, accredited by the Association for Coaching as an award in coach training, and it's the first course, I believe, that integrates positive psychology, coaching psychology, and early prevention and adolescent development to help promote and protect well-being and resilience for young people. And the kind of practitioners that I train are anyone that works with young people. The training itself covers some key positive psychology coaching approaches. So we're explicitly teaching solution-focused coaching, resilience, strengths coaching, hope theory and techniques for goal setting, and trauma-informed goal setting, which are stuff that I've started to integrate more trauma-informed work, especially for people that work with vulnerable cohorts of young people. Explicit teaching around positive emotions and optimism. They're the main theories of positive psychology that are integrated into the coach training program that help young people to develop those interrelated skills and tools to deal with situations and challenges. So this is some analysis I've conducted around the backgrounds of some of the people that I've trained. So this is based on 115 practitioners that have accessed my training and the demographics of their background, their professional background. So we have people from alternative provision, so they don't go to mainstream school because of varying different needs, usually social, emotional, or mental health, or special educational needs that they have to access alternative provision. Careers, advice and guidance, and NEET prevention. So in the UK, we have a massive problem with youth unemployment. So I work a lot with practitioners who work around preventing NEET or helping young people access careers and employability. Independent coaches and practitioners that may be counsellors as well, or wanting to set themselves up as coaches. CAMS workers and school nurses, special educational needs teachers or support staff, independent school teachers or school leaders, international school teachers or school leaders, teachers or pastoral staff from post 16 or further education. Not many of those. That's an area that I would like to focus on more and support more. That's usually a funding problem. There's not a lot of funding in post 16. Teaching and pastoral secondary school staff, youth offending and crime prevention, so youth offending team and youth and community, youth workers, or anyone that works for a charity that's a youth and community charity. So quite a vast demographic, but all working with adolescents. These findings are taken from an evaluation from 25 coaches that have completed a qualitative evaluation of the course impact, and many respondents commented on how they've been adapting the positive psychology coaching tools for different ages groups and needs and their different contexts. So they discussed working with NEET young people, supporting SEND young people, applying coaching within higher education, establishing independent youth practices, and adapting resource across different ranges. My passion is really increasing workforce capacity to use positive psychology coaching. So when I train people and they get to the point that they're actually integrating in tools and stuff that I've taught them and making it their own, so that many more young people can experience the benefit of positive psychology coaching. The professional development impact to those practitioners that have been trained in positive psychology coaching is that it seems to increase their adaptability of practice. So how much they're adapting skills and tools, provides transferable coaching frameworks that they can utilize in different roles and different ways, supports their professional diversification and enables an integration into their existing role. So it helps them not only diversify, but also enhance their ability and capability. So I've often described this as increasing workforce confidence, competence, and capability to improve well-being and resilience of young people by using positive psychology coaching. So it suggests that positive psychology coaching training has a broad applicability across youth-focused professional contexts. The impact to the coaches themselves who were trained: increased confidence in coaching practice. Some of them were already using coaching and some of them they were new to coaching, so it's increased their confidence in order to use coaching with young people, which is nuanced and different to coaching adults or coaching professionals or executives. Greater use of strengths-based and solution-focused coaching, so they're actually utilizing those positive psychology approaches in their work with young people. Enhanced ability of the coaching skills such as listening and questioning. Increasing their own reflective practice and self-awareness, because as they're going through the course, they're honing their reflective practice around how they're going to be using the tools and strategies to support young people, and that really models that reflectivity to the young people and helps them to learn through that experience. There's a lot of misinterpretation about what well-being and resilience actually are, so I explicitly teach theories from positive psychology around what does well-being mean, what does flourishing mean, what does resilience mean, and how can we help young people to develop the facets of those constructs within whatever setting or situation that they're in, and then how that acts as a protective factor. And then they feel that they have improved ability to empower young people rather than direct them. So it's a moving away from directive telling into more non-directive asking and helping the young person to find their own autonomy and competence, and then that's helping develop the well-being. And then a stronger professional identity as a coach. They feel that they can call themselves a coach. They feel that they ethically can use coaching with young people with confidence. So the conclusion is The evaluation data indicates that positive psychology coaching training has a substantial developmental impact on participating professionals. The program supports not only the acquisition of coaching skills, but also deeper changes to their own mindset, communication style, reflective capacity, and professional identity. Participants demonstrated movement towards more empowering, strengths-based, and psychologically informed approaches to supporting young people. So back to that increasing workforce capacity to offer more mental health promotion and protection is integrated through using coaching positive psychology approaches. Importantly, the training appeared to foster both technical coaching competence and a broader professional growth, suggesting that positive psychology coaching functions both as a skills-based and transformational professional development experience. Findings further indicate that experiential practice, reflective learning, and strengths-focused frameworks are central mechanisms through which professional development occurs in positive psychology coaching training. So if you liked what I had to say, check out my YouTube channel, Worth It Positive Education, or visit my website. Thanks for listening.